were usually 911 lorries with arranged benches inside. Traveling on it meant a very long journey, but that was the only option we had. Lagos turned out to be everything I had heard: chaotic energy, cosmopolitan, crowded and exciting. It was a completely new world for me. Mr. and Mrs. Aina were exceedingly kind to me, and it was such a relief to have someone to stay long. With time, I started finding it difficult. Their apartment was small. They had only been managing themselves before I joined them. After a while, it became obvious I had to leave and get somewhere else to stay. I was aware that some of my classmates who did not do HSC were students of the University of Lagos, UNILAG. So I found my way there, but I only knew some of my classmates were in UNILAG. I did not have their address, neither did I know how to locate them. I, however, knew they were studying engineering. After searching for long, I found two of them: Siri Steeles, now late, and Lawrence Osho, a cousin of my dear friend, Dr. Shola Osho, sharing a room. They were surprised to see me and wanted to know what brought me to Lagos. After I told them about my mission, they allowed me to stay with them. Shared scholarship process turned out to be intensive. As we wrote tests, the number of candidates reduced. I was decided as I progressed. After the last one of the series of tests, I returned to Benin, cautiously optimistic as I awaited the result. Earlier on, I promised to share the role for my good friend Thomas Obaseki played in my getting the share scholarship. And this is where the narrative is most important. We were in Lower 6 when Share BP published the names of those who had qualified for the Share scholarship. Who had qualified for the Share scholarship. But the names of those who had qualified for the panel interview stage of the scholarship process, only 25 of the initial 60 of the initial 4,000 applicants were selected for the panel interview stage. The interview was to hold in Lagos, and I had returned to Benin when the list was released. Unknown to me, my name was on the list, and Share had sent a letter to that effect, but I never received it. Other candidates got their letters and called to ask why I was absent from the interview. That that I knew about it. The shared scholarship was a fishing line I had hoped would pull me out of the murky waters of poverty. I had been dreaming of a future around it, and it seems my hope had been dashed, and I was devastated. Fortunately, I told Thomas Obaseki about my plight, and he took me to his uncle's place. When we got to his uncle's house, Thomas asked if I had a phone number to contact Cher with. Of course I did. That was when the big dialing telephone were still in vogue. We dialed the number, and a woman picked the phone on the other end. I was crying, and she could deduce I was shattered. She asked me what was wrong, and I narrated my ordeal to her. As much as she felt bad for me, she replied that it was late and they had finished the panel interview. I wailed. My world had come crashing down. I was inconsolable. The shy lady, Mrs. Eki Coker, was touched. I cannot exactly record what she said, but she offered me a tiny ray of hope. So I headed to Share office in Lagos, hoping a miracle could happen. It turned out to be a fruitless journey as far as that year scholarship program was concerned, but I did get a miracle. I was offered the opportunity to be part of the 1972 panel interview. Cher told me to return the following year to join those who will be invited for the panel interview. I was sad that I had missed the chance of traveling in 1971, yet ecstatic that I've been given another opportunity for 1982. For 1972, it's 1971, yet ecstatic, I've been given another opportunity for 1972. It was harsh lesson to learn, but I was glad. I did not entirely lose out. I was grateful for Thomas Rowe. I was grateful for Thomas Rowe. I was grateful for Thomas Rowe in getting that second chance. If he had not taken me to his uncle's house where we made that phone call, I would have given up on scholarship. Thomas played a destiny imparting life-defining role. A destiny imparting life-defining role in my life, for which I remain immensely grateful. When he have imagined how far-reaching the impact of his action was going to be in my life, none of us could have imagined how far-reaching the impact of his action was going to be in my life, on my life. The 1972 Cher Scholarship Award. When 1972 eventually came, When 1972 eventually came, as soon as soon when 1972 eventually came, as soon as I knew the time had come for the share panel interview, I did not sit around waiting for letter invitation. I headed to Lagos to grab my opportunity. My two friends, Siri and Lawrence, couldn't be continued to be of help, but by that time around, there were already six. There were already 6 people squatting in the room meant for 4. So I could not sleep inside their room. Instead, I had to sleep on the corridor of their hostel in Unilag. But that did not trouble me. All that mattered to me was the opportunity to ditch the scholarship spot, to clinch the scholarship spot. The excitement of the share panel interview was the only thing that filled my mind. Despite their, despite perhaps there is something built in us human that help us build that resilience and help us endure difficult moments in the bid to realize big dreams in our hearts. Or perhaps not everyone is called out from that clothes. All I know is that all I know all I know is that we often have to overcome difficult circumstances, difficult circumstances to realize the vision of our hearts. And when we do, more challenges come up. On the eve of the panel interview, I hardly slept. I was restless and eagerly looking forward to it. I hardly slept. I hardly slept. By 4 a.m., I was on my feet. I was on my feet, scrambling to get ready. You have never lived in Lagos unless you have joined them to drag a bus. I was on my feet and scrambling. You have never really lived in Lagos if you had not struggled to board the bus. The scenario is usually that the scenario is usually that the scenario The scenario is usually that not that there was no buses, but not that there were no buses, but each time a bus arrived, many people fought to get on it at the same time. I once again experienced not just the jumping on the bus madness of Lagos, but also the many dynamics, to that makes commuting an awful thing in the city. What a morning it was. I left the hostel to go to Yaba. I left the hostel. I need to stand. I left the hostel to go to Yaba bus stop as early as 5 a.m. I was to be at share office by 8 a.m. So I projected 3 hours to commute from Yaba to Broad Street, where the share office was located. For about 1 hour, I could not get bus to Idumota. Not that there were no buses, there were, but each time a bus arrived, many people fought to get on the bus at the same time. It took more than an hour to wise up and do what everybody did, fight for space on the bus. When the next bus arrived, it filled up quickly as before. Could not get bullied this time around. I joined others to hang from the door side of the bus. It was reckless, dangerous, and very much the Lagos way back then. That was how I rode from Yaba to somewhere around Idumota Market. Idumota, Broad Street, and Marina Road are towing landmarks that give Lagos its rich history. Structures dating back to colonial years leave the street, and it remains home to the head office of many banks and blue chip companies in Lagos. I alighted at Idumota and boarded another bus to Marina before trekking Marina last stretch to number 121 Broad Street, where the office was located. I got there about 7. I got there about 7:45 a.m., barely making it on time. Thank God they had a restroom where I could clean up myself, or else I would have entered the interview room looking like a villager who just returned from the farm. The other candidates and I were kept in a room to wait for our interview. When I entered the interview room, there was only one black man among four whites. There was only one black man among there was only one black man among 14 people in the panel. The man was seated in the middle. I felt he looked vicious, and my fear was realized during the interview. He relentlessly bombarded me with questions after questions. I noticed that the white panelists were trying to mellow down his aggressiveness. Surprisingly, I was not nervous. I told them, and if I did not know something, I told them so frankly. I had to ask the white interviewers most of the questions they asked me, as their accent made it difficult to understand them. I was not in a hurry, and I was not disturbed. I did not know where I got the confidence from. I was calm and relaxed. Game changer for me. After the panel session, 8 of us were selected on a series of medical tests. At last, the final hour of scholarship candidates. The final 4 of scholarship candidates were selected, and I was one of them. It is difficult for me to find the right words to describe how I felt. The joy and pride in my heart could not be contained. The only 3 selected candidates, the other 3 selected candidates were Robert Akoma, Stanley Monima, and John Easybilly. The issues of having 4 of us, the issue of which of the 4 of us would study what then came forward. At this point, it is permanent to backtrack to narrate my experience with another scholarship opportunity that would come and influence scholarship. Again, it was from National Arts Post in 1971. I had seen a federal government advert offering scholarship. Offering scholarship to study marine engineering abroad. I went for it. I am not sure how many people applied for the scholarship examination, but when I sat for it, Nigeria was governed by the principle of merit, unlike now, where nepotism is the order of the day. Things went straight forward. You saw an advertisement in a newspaper. You applied by submitting necessary documents. Pick up the document for dispatch. When there was a response to your application, it was sent via the post office, and the postman would deliver the letters round the houses. In the end, I was selected to study marine engineering at the University of Surrey in Guildford, UK, by the federal government, but I did not know about the success until I was sitting in front of that share scholarship panel in 1972. In 1972, how the panelists how the panelists knew how the panelists knew how the panelists knew about the federal government scholarship before I did baffled me what they did. Based on that information, they concluded that I should be given one of the marine engineering jobs. Marine engineering slots, as long as there was the shoeless little kid running around on the dusty road of Aba and Ekulu. Dusty road of Aba and Ekulu. Suddenly, the shoeless kid running around on the dusty road of Aba and Ekulu, suddenly with 2 scholarship offers to study marine engineering outside the country. I felt so much pride. I thought I was going to burst. I felt like a beautiful damsel desired by I felt like a beautiful damsel. I felt like a beautiful damsel desired by the best of gentlemen. Nothing I had ever experienced felt the way I did that day, particularly as I imagined the reaction of everyone. Particularly as I imagined the reaction of my parents and siblings when they got to hear the wonderful news. But then there was a question of which of the scholarship offer I would take. Share share nothing. Nothing I had ever experienced felt the way I did. Share or the federal government. I had no answer to that question as I got to Benin. As I got to Benin. As I got to Benin, Chris. When I decided, I kept pondering on the 2 options, so I decided to do some research. I went to share office in Warri and in search of a marine engineer. A marine engineer outside the country. I went to share office in Warri in search of a marine engineer who could enlighten me. Who could enlighten me on who could enlighten me. Warri, now located state, was part of the Midwestern region at that time, When I got to Shergate, I had a hard time convincing the officials at the entrance to let me in. I was trying to persuade I was trying to persuade him when a lady I would later know to be Philomena Iare walked past me. Walked past me. Then and was about entering into the premises. Seeing the possibility of an opening, I quickly sought her and explained that as she explained that she seeing the possibility of an opening there, I quickly sought her attention and explained my predicament to her. Luckily, she was kind enough to listen attentively and express interest in helping. While both of us were still speaking, a Volkswagen Beetle car drove towards the premises. Drove throughout the premises and waited for us at the gate. And waited for us at the gate. For the security and waited at the gate for the security personnel to open up for passage. The car driver was Mr. Godwin Orji, a nautical scientist with Share BP. He had driven from Ogunu operational base Share BP to the premises I was trying to enter to have lunch. That premises was all the staff are flying. And it was where all the staff had their lunch. As Captain Orji drove in and parked, the lady took me to him and explained my predicament and asked if he could give me directions. Orji was kind and simply asked with a big smile on his face, with a big smile on his face, would you like to have lunch? Yes, sir, I responded. The lady said her goodbyes. I thanked her and she walked away. I was to know later she walked in the share radio room in Ogunu Industrial Area. Captain Orji took me in and I had the best lunch of my almost 2-decade life. It was buffet and there was everything in there. I did not mind taking it all, but of course, one can only eat so much. Over lunch, after listening to him, he suggested that we drove back to the Ogumu operational base to meet colleagues of his who were marine engineers. He believed they would be able to enlighten me further. Page 72. Tori Pidgin English quote. ISBN 978-978-7971114. 1. If nobody ready to make you laugh, tori yourself. 2. Head, when one receive fresh air, no suppose wear cap. Person when they old use, na in the first crash beer for village meeting. I get person for police, no mean say you go slap army wife for barrack. Person wey wear white on white, no dey only chop yam and oil. Community where everybody na hunter, no dey lack bushmeat. Man wey dey enjoy im wife gossip, no suppose complain say food burn for fire. Agbada wey dem no iron, na im dey quick lose respect. Prayer without expectation na just mouth exercise. Landlord wey give NEPA staff quick notice, no suppose own NEPA bill. Na who don brush mouth dey follow aproko shine teeth. Person wey sodium ant dey parade for im body, no dey lack dance move. Who never chop for party, no dey waka anyhow. Who no chop for party, na im dey complain say dem use face share food. Na who never ready to wash clothes, dey wait make sun first shine. Tailor wey go disappoint you, no dey worry for balance. Sun wey make madman lick ice cream, suppose make you hold umbrella. For every madman eyes, dustbin na supermarket. Na ten ant wey dey try, landlord dey take do friend. Na hunger make rat eat newspaper and textbook, no be love for education. Shoe wey no be your size go change your footstep. Nothing concern who no read with front seat for exam hall. Man, poor man wey carry help man go tey for poverty. The difference between a man and a boy with many bear na responsibility. Na money wey dey, na im make English plenty for talk during donation. Enjoyment no dey tire who no bring money. When you give lizard too much attention, e go begin feel like crocodile. Na low budget Santa Claus dem dey call Father Christmas. Who carry load for head, no dey price for too long. No be every open teeth be natural. Some dey occur when aproko find slap trouble. Who dey fear nail, no dey do carpenter work. Agberu wey dey use English load bus for ring road still dey find admission. Who no sabi give change, no dey sell for highway. Who dey buy credit, na im dey know when trader dey open and close shop. Person wey im house dey burn no dey complain of running stomach. If you don wake and your dream still dey bad, carry your bed waka. Lion wey chop pig come dey look for toothpaste, never ready for hunting. My wristwatch is expensive, no mean say I dey keep to time. Man wey no wan buy buka rest suppose know say na im wife hand e dey fall. Ten ant wey scatter landlord family meeting because he wan show himself suppose don look for house somewhere. Who borrow money from enemy hand no dey pay finish. Proverb wey no make sense when your belle full fit make sense when you dey hungry. Dem no dey use empty belle judge land case. E never stretch reach, na im pressing iron take dey burn cloth. Person wey no wan gree go message go prepare e head for knock. He is not my kind of man, I cannot date him. Na him Rita take use tears share calendar for cooling wedding. Tell landlord say I no dey house, na there charity begin at home take get k-leg. Dirty go always get issue for compound wey broom na the gate man. Na dustbin dey settle broom and dirty quarrel. Our prayer be say the mouth wey go taste our soup make the tongue clean. Na who never see hunger dey call kwashiorkor pregnancy. Who no get money but sew pocket for a trouser na man of faith. You wey dey look down on person, know say na your head you dey position for knock. If say when you lie you go lose your teeth, by now some politicians for dey use feeding bottle. Who do make up for pig suppose know say na dirty e go take do runway. Man wey dey show im wife love no dey hard to know, e dey show for a plate of soup. Na customer wey get sweet mouth dem dey leave change for. No be everybody wey tell you go ahead ready to follow you. No waste time, call am patience. If na only fool dey praise you, check yourself whether na you dey represent them. When you see fool dey give words of wisdom, know say na wise person e dey mock. Many girls wan marry but the only fruit dem go chop na mango. If yellow teeth na God's will for your life, iron sponge no fit change am. Love your enemy no mean say you go show dem where you keep your gun. If poverty na the ticket to heaven, to poor for expensive. Na one food reach person for party, na him the party take start. Person wey dey stay with thief when e thief loss, e no dey hurry go market go market square to swear. E get the way short person go stand with person wey tall, e go be like see finish. When God lifts you, even blind man go notice am. Some people no see marriage as covenant. That's why divorce be like handshake. When you allow bitterness to stay your heart for too long, unforgiveness go turn your landlord. Passenger wey give e bike man on high speed hot slap because of rough driving suppose know say na accident e wan cause. When you give devil room, e go turn your landlord. Person wey like sleeping suppose know say the bed e don help fulfill e dream. Person wey dey find sweet slap no dey start quarrel for night. Person wey dey find sweet sleep no dey start quarrel for night. When devil lift you up, know say e wan use you take hit ground. Na who put e talent to test dey get testimony. Na challenge faith take dey do exercise. Person wey dey use firewood fry akara no suppose fear smoke. Who hunger beat for night no dey fear to chop for dream. Person wey tell you say e no dey bite fit sabi swallow. Na handshake dem dey give who get body and mouth odour, no be hug. Na truth dey slim fit agbada wey dem sew with lie. Na make talk for not too long dey make elders dey drop proverb. When God dey your dream, know say na big dream. E no dey know say na deep sleep. Saloon wey no get customers dey get gossip. Who get igbese to pay dey quick break for e eyes. Head wey carry prophecy no suppose use prayer take play. If you wan know who know book for class, ask those wey dey do expo. Who take you as enemy no fit employ you as cook. Company wey never pay staff no suppose get time for bonanza. Some people see quarrel as exercise. Some people see quarrel as exercise. Dem wan just keep fit. Person wey no dey use e brain no suppose dey complain of headache. The alarm clock wey dey give lazy man ginger na hunger. When poor man visit you, show am love, no use am rub ground. Dem no say make man no disguise as pregnant woman but make e born the pikin when they catch am. No expect God to shoot your catapult when He don't give you stone. Na policeman wey don receive alert dey dance for road block. E no get as money sweet reach, you go still go, you no go, you no get as money, you no get as food sweet reach, you go still visit toilet. Make I wear am first, take snap, na im borrow post, take dey start. If na person, if na press up dey make person become man, na im be say all lizard na man. If you want make heaven road dem dey ignore during rainy season. Na love dey quench anger, no be fire extinguisher. Person wey you love, e house no dey far. Prayer no dey clean dirty kitchen, na wash dem dey wash am. Who dey show love for area no dey look, who dey show love for area, who dey show love for area no dey look who e go first send message. No be everybody wey no clap for your win na im dey wish you bad. Some na hand dey pain dem. No be everybody wey rise shoulder get pride. Some get boil for armpit. Na kolanut and palm wine dey invite proverb dey come meetings. Na kolanut and palm wine dey invite proverb come elders meeting. If everybody believe your dream, you fit not wake up. No key those wey no believe your dream because dem no dey there when you dream am. Story wey dem never mention tortoise name, that story get part 2. Monkey no fine but im mama like am, no mean say im mama no know wetin fine. Food wey dem use curry cook be like who enter public transport, e no dey hide. When mechanic begin buy drink for oga driver, know say driver oga don turn workshop. Pikin wey wash im hand well na him dey follow elders chop. This the one wey no wash him hand, na him dey pack plate. Person wey get plenty Judas no fit lack kiss. Person wey dey eat kola nut because of wisdom go end up with brown teeth. If dry bone no wan gree rise, boil am. Poverty no dey speak in tongues. That's why when e yarn, everybody dey understand. No follow fool run the race, because e go use you take shine. Even be your brother's keeper. Be your brother's keeper, even when e no know the goalposts. If devil draw battle line for you, clean am, draw your own. Faith without work na gone too soon. Na kiosk wey don see strong thing dey use charcoal write no credit today, don't come tomorrow. Person wey use anger and hungry eye come draw money no dey play blues. I be the breadwinner no mean say na me get the bakery. Goat wey give lion ear unto say e wan hear lion secret, na inside lion belle e go hear the full gist. I get white hair no mean say I get wisdom. E fit be symptom of malnutrition. Food no sweet. You chop 3 plates and take 2 take away. If food come sweet, na im be say pot go follow you go house. When God dey show you love, others fit see am as cheating. Protecting your investment na when who borrow you money begin hold your hand cross road. Watch night when tell your oga say every night e dey dream for a duty post, suppose know say na im sack letter e dey write. Life no just be bed of roses, na also bed of chuku. Problem get ear. Play good music give am, he sef go dance. When your ministry refuse to move, push am start. You no need to wear medicated eyeglass before you see God. Wetin you need na holiness. Salvation prayer. Heavenly Father, I know say I don't march line. I believe you send your son to die for my mess up. Arrange me with your blood. Take me as your person. I confess Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. On my own, I no fit run things. So, run things for me. Oh Lord, in Jesus' name, amen. Tori, Pidgin English quote, as written by Kingsley the Comedian, ISBN 978-978-791-7114. Chronicles of Laughter, Kingsley the Comedian. Love. The faces of some men are filled with tribal mark, but no matter how deep a tribal mark is, it can be covered with love. These days, true love are hard to find because some ladies now cover it with makeup. Every girl wants to marry a guy who is tall, dark, and handsome. If God made him so, who will marry the rest? When a man way pleases his wife, it shows in a plate of soup. Do not hide how you feel about somebody for too long, because you might just be hiding it in the wrong place. Do not fall in love with a man because of the size of his pocket. What you may end up finding may just be a handkerchief. I choose not to fall in love because I know if I should fall, it will be difficult for me to get up. So I walk in love. Stop. Stop remaining in mistake after making a mistake because you are not a mistake. When a man tells you, I don't bite, look at his mouth because he can swallow. The child who wants to put on the cap of an elder should be ready to suffer headache, not because his head won't fit, not because his head won't fit, not because his head won't fit it, but because of what the cap has been covering. If being drunk is funny, why doesn't the bottle laugh? The chewing stick of the strong is like a palm tree in the mouth of the weak. Do not laugh at a man when you know your teeth is not clean, because he might end up giving you a toothpaste. I do not put people in my shoes because I know they won't fit into it. Those who claim to be leaders are just persons in front, claiming to be leading the people that are showing them where to go. Those who forget where they are coming from would definitely forget where they would be when they take the next step. Few people thank God because they know they will make it. Some do because they know they have made it. While others thank God because they see people thanking God. Teachers do not want their reward to be in heaven. They want it to be at judgment gate because they know not all of them will make heaven. Those who don't ask say they have mouth odor, but when others receive, they complain out. Some Some who rush into marriage because they want to settle down end up drowning. In Africa, kola nut is in love with the local language during prayers, but it doesn't reject foreign currency after prayers. It is not everyone that is down and raise his hand that wants and raise his hand to you that wants you to pull him up. Some wants to pull you down, while others want a handshake. Friends and dream. True friends are hard to find, especially when you are not one. Distance makes you know the worth of some friends. There are friends that will help others not to help you. In every dream, there is a light. So, if there is power outage in your dream, please light a candle. When God is in your dream, know it's a big dream. When He's not in it, know it's a deep sleep. The only dream that can kill you is the one God does not support. Challenges and fear. Those who are afraid to board a plane because of plane crash should also be afraid of sleeping at night because of witches and wizards. Thank you very much. I'll be going for my short break. I'm reading the book Chronicles of Laughter by Kingsley the Comedian. Thank you. Here's my mic. Here's my mic.
Oh,
Chicken. Cut and make.
okay, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for coming. Please, if you know you are with your phone, we just want you in the next 1 minute to. Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Please, in the next 1 minute, we just want you to use your phone and take a picture, take a selfie, make a video, and post it on Twitter and Instagram right away. Please, we need to make this trend. Just do that for us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, the hashtag is Injerime. You can see on the banners, you see the hashtag Injerime. Use the hashtag Injerime to post your videos and your pictures. Thank you.
Come. The woman phone. The woman phone. Getting getting the best as a woman and from women. A book written for women and men who love them. A book. A book written for women and men who love them by Adegbasi Osariemen. Chapter 1. The Journey to Womanhood. The journey to womanhood is similar in 90% of women around the world. We share similar stories, if not same. We share the same challenges and experience. We also have the same ability and strength. Our transition experience are the same, and the range from childhood, adolescence, where the body starts to change in shape, and breast size, menses, fertility for procreation, childbirth, menopause, etc. Irrespective of the stage you are while reading this book, know that your body and experiences changes as you grow in age. how you embrace or act on them. How you embrace or act on them determines what you would get in life as a woman. Our stories are unique to us. Own and embrace your story, for it made you who you are and who you have become. As I share my story, at every stage, also try to reflect on yours. Our experience influences our action. In everything, let us study this in stages. Childhood. From a girl child to an adolescent girl to a young woman to a young lady and then to a woman. I grew up hearing that I had an elder brother who died before I was born. So my birth made me the first child. My dad was the firstborn of his parents, and I was his first child. The difference between my dad and me being firstborn is our sex, male and female. In my community, which could be similar to yours, when a first child is born, the people seem to celebrate more and place high value on the child if it is a boy, because it is perceived that they now have an heir to the father. Little celebration is done for a girl child because they perceive her of less value, who will go to her husband's house eventually. As such, they do not really take her as someone who will inherit major parts of the inheritance. At my birth, my parents were happy because I was the surviving product from two sweet lovers. But my dad was also put in a tight situation because of the society value placement of a boy child. He was in a situation where he could not really have full access to some things. In most cultural practice in Nigeria, like mine, the first male born is entitled to some rights. And if he ever has a boy as his first child, all the respect, entitlement, and benefits are fully given to him. If he has a girl as his first child, he might not stand the full chance or full access to his entitlement in his community. My father would have been given more respect and access to his full rights in the community then if he had a boy as his firstborn. But unfortunately or fortunately, he had a girl child, me. The value placement from community members dropped on him, making him feel he had not really gotten a child yet. My dad knew what he would be facing from community members. He experienced pressure to have a boy child, remarry, amongst others. Yet, he showed my mom and me that he valued my sex and would support us through his decision of not going out to look for a boy child from another woman as it's commonly practiced. He assured my mom that it didn't matter to him, stating that he believed in the power of a girl child and we could be the boys he didn't have. I was the only child for 9 years before my siblings started coming, and my immediate siblings was a girl. Can you imagine? Then, the third surviving child was a girl as well. We became 3 girls. I was happy I had siblings, but I was very observant about people's reaction, the value placement, and how my dad felt. I was quietly and constantly checking on how my parents felt when my mom was also becoming worried. All her many children were dying at birth or during pregnancy as miscarriage. One sad incident I witnessed closely was the death of our twin boys, who would have been my brothers. They were both born, but one was born dead, while the second died just as they finished cleaning him up. I felt bad for my mom. I imagined a woman in that situation amidst cultural belief that girl children were not prioritized. I was a growing child, keenly observing everything. You know how children below 18 years can be very observant. What they are exposed to. What they are exposed to will determine what and how they act. I wish I could be the boy my parents never had. All these contributed to my strong hatred for my gender. I started acting like a boy and flocking more with them. Reflection. What did your own childhood experience make you realize? Did it play a major role on how you think and act now? Take a moment and reflect. This will make you realize yourself better. And that moment of your realization is one of the first solutions to changing some situation you have seen, which are still existing, in order to look for help. For instance, if I grew up as a child feeling I was highly valued without experiencing those things, I would have not felt less of myself or hated my sex in my childhood. Adolescenthood. Most adolescent girls behave badly due to their childhood experiences. At this stage, they try to make decisions, take some action, and have some sense of responsibility alongside unplanned experiences. Adolescenthood comes with a high probability of getting pregnant and quickly switching into a mother, unprepared, as well as making uninformed decisions that affect their well-being and how their lives become. Let me share my adolescent experience. At this age, I started, at this stage of my life, at this age, I started making decisions and plan on what I was going to grow into. I told myself that, back then, that I must have some level of achievement like education or something before I even think of being a wife or a mother. I hated the fact that girls were just groomed to be wives and mothers, baby factories, while boys grew into becoming their dream. At this stage of my life, I decided not to accept being a girlfriend to any boy because I was even a boy mentally. I saw myself as that boy child my dad did not have. I made some decisions regarding how I wanted to behave, including sitting like a boy, dressing like a boy, and doing a lot of things that aligned with the gender role of a boy. As an adolescent, I had many questions. Why will a woman wait till a man comes to marry her instead of going to ask a man to marry her? Why will a woman seek approval before she can make her choices? Why this? Why that? I had so many why. Even in schools, church, and everywhere I went, I easily connected with boys and loved being around them. I got raped as a teenager while in school. I was raped by a close friend, which is almost the same story of every rape survivor out there. They are mostly raped by a close friend or relatives. He had asked me to escort him to see one of his uncles before going to school, since holiday was almost over. Along the road, the guy started harassing me and eventually raped me. When I got to my hostel, everyone was blaming me. Victim blaming is what most survivors get from society, and this made me attempt suicide. Thankfully, I was rescued and counseled with psychological support. I had blamed myself for the rape incident. I never wanted to report it, but I later told my matron because because I was scared of contracting HIV as being taught in school. At that age, I knew that could be the outcome of having unprotected sexual intercourse. I was placed on prophylaxis and assured that I was fine. So I told nobody, not even my parents at that time. They will probably hear it for the first time in this book. The old trauma made me quite insecure as I thought every beautiful compliment I received was a lie. I was just trying to convince myself that even though I was a girl, I owned my decision, and not even a man, my dad or my future husband, could make decisions for me. I strongly believed it must be what I wanted and how I wanted it. That was my mindset back then. My story might be similar to yours or someone you know. I have seen many young girls commit suicide, while some secretly did abortion when they discovered they were pregnant. Some died, while others become unplanned mothers, humiliated. The survivor drop out of school, lose the family trust, and a whole lot of bad things happen to them. Only a few had a good adolescent experience. Reflection. What did your adolescent experience made you realize? Did it play a key role on how you think and act now? Take a moment and reflect. This will help you reshape your mindset to become a better woman. Young womanhood. This is the micro peak of the humanhood journey. Within the age of 18 to 35 years, the kind of decision we make goes a long way in determining what we get and what we settle for. This is that moment many give up their self-discovery. Dreams, personal lives, and choose to only function in a comfort zone or just as a wife and mother. Based on some women experiences in this stage, they make some decisions that determine the next stage of their lives. Meanwhile, this is my current stage of womanhood. The inner battle of wanting to be that boy child and struggle continued into my youthful age, while I was still pursuing my education, my learning how to do things for myself, like making my own money. I became a good planner. I thought like a man, as people often called me Miss Independent. I struggled to act like a woman, even when my body had developed into a beautiful young woman, and my self-esteem had become better. Something surprisingly happened. Since people in their community knew my dad had no male child, a grown boy in his 20s came to my granddad and claimed he was my dad's son. According to him, his mom told him that before she died. Immediately, my grandfather was so happy to know my dad had a boy child somewhere. He opened his hands to him, accepted him, and provided access to the house and farm lands. My dad was confused as he could not remember getting any other woman pregnant. He said he had been with only my mom. Amidst chaos and argument, a DNA test was done. Voila, he wasn't my dad's son. So, went back to being an all-girls family again. My dad was denied several rights just because he had no first boy son. On one occasion, when we finally had a baby brother, on one occasion, when we finally had a baby brother, and the rights were still denied, I asked my dad to take me to the chief to confront them. He got fined and penalized for it. What a culture. My dad was indeed a strong man. Who never showed his pain, but assured us that he valued us as his children. You have just seen how my background was and the psychological effect it had on me. Being a girl child made me become a boy. Cognitively, because I wanted to be the one to take up the gender roles. I've seen a lot of struggles personally as a girl child. I have also seen a lot of my fellow girls or women make wrong decisions because of what society has said. I have seen even how society and different systems define, place, and treats women. All these are happening because of how some people and the society have described and defined a woman or a girl child based on their level of understanding. It seems women are powerless and should be blamed for any negative thing that happens to them. Through it all, I have gained full understanding of being a woman. After my degree and completion of National Youth Service Corps, NYC, I found someone who accepted my kind of woman. Amongst the men I was relating with, I found someone who appreciated a woman going after her dream and passion. Not just that, he was supporting me to succeed in anything I wanted. His mindset as a man is to love. Is to love and support his woman to be anything she desires and follow her calling. In his words, you have been too independent, always taking care of yourself and planning through life alone. Let me take care of you so that you can experience being a woman. Osariemen Asein. Well, I understood he did not want me to just push through life like I was doing. Boom, he proposed and we got married. Now, I am in the marital stage of my womanhood, battling through societal expectations of a role a wife should play. I see people trying to tell me how to behave, cut down on my work, reduce travel, start making babies, and a whole lot more. I am also in my career stage as a CEO of Adverse Collection. Today's skills of founder